This is going to be my top 12 business-to-business lead generation strategies that gets you more leads, but more importantly, more leads that convert for your business. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Ravi Abuvala, founder of Scaling with Systems, where we build client acquisition machines for our clients who are typically business-to-business businesses. So not only do we generate almost $1 million a month using the techniques I'm going to tell you, but we also collectively have generated tens of millions of dollars from building these same techniques inside of our clients' businesses. So if you're interested in generating more business-to-business leads and you want to learn from someone who not only uses this inside their business to generate millions of dollars a year, but also has built this for literally over 2,000 other businesses, make sure you strap in. So my number one B2B lead generation and marketing technique is going to be YouTube organic. There's a good chance a lot of you are watching this video on YouTube itself, and that's on purpose. It's because YouTube is the number 2 search engine of the world, owned by the number 1 search engine of the world. So if you try to typically go out there and rank regular SEO on Google, it's damn near impossible. However, what I have found is if you know how to do this correctly, you can very quickly and without a large following or without a lot of time, rank to the number 1 in the search results for keywords that your prospects are looking for. I myself come up in the top 3 search results for dozens of high quality keywords that I know my prospects are searching for, which typically leads to more leads and more closed business for our company. If you're looking to get started on YouTube, my 2 recommendations is number 1, consistency. It took me 40 videos before I had one video that got over 1,000 views. And the second thing that I recommend is utility, meaning don't make your videos fluff and just okay surface level. Try to go really in depth and provide real solutions to the questions that your prospects are having, and that will automatically make you rank higher than other people. The other thing I really love with YouTube organic videos is that it aligns with my values, meaning I don't like to do something and just have it disappear in 24 hours. I'm not here for a quick win, and none of my clients are either. But if I spend some time creating a really great video, when I post it, that will be the least amount of views it ever has. And over time, it could be many years after I've shot that video, and it's still ranking in the top and still bringing in more customers. So did the effort and work one time and have it pay off for years to come. All right, so number 2 for my top B2B lead generation strategies is going to be YouTube ads. Now, I have personally spent millions of dollars in paid advertising in the past 3 years, and the majority of that has been on YouTube. And the reasons are as follows. Number 1, I got tired of the dance of Facebook ads. I would get an account, I would set it up, I would start running some ads, and then for one of a billion reasons, they would suspend my account and then eventually block me. Then I would have to create another account, and it was just this song and dance. I would go back and forth, and it was exhausting and honestly not aligned with the values of how I wanted to scale my company. With YouTube ads, I have literally never had that problem, which has allowed me to spend so much more on that platform in order to make even more back. The second reason I love YouTube ads has to do with its search capabilities. So just like I talked about YouTube organic, with YouTube ads, instead of trying to rank my video organically in YouTube search, I can literally pay to put my video in front of another video that is ranking organically in that YouTube search. So someone types in how to generate business-to-business clients, and I can put my video as an ad up front first, and so I know those people are in market. My number 3 business-to-business marketing strategy is going to be remarketing. So remarketing is exactly what it sounds like. It's marketing back to people that you've already marketed to before. This is going to be the fastest cash grab and likely the lowest hanging fruit for your business, because with the thousands of clients that I've worked with, although most of them focus on bringing in new eyeballs all of the time, whether it's outbound messaging or paid advertising, almost all of them just do a one and done, where they just show one ad or one message, and then even if that person visits the website, they really never do anything again. For literally $1 a day, you can set up ads on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Google Search, Google Display, where if they ever visited your website or clicked on any of your links, you can send them an ad, a personalized ad that stays in front of them for weeks, months, and even years after they first visited your site. My most profitable advertising campaigns, I'm talking about where I'm putting $1 in and getting $60, $70, $80 out within 30 days, come from our remarketing advertisements. There's actually a really good chance that if you watch my videos, you've probably seen one of my ads before, and if you have, comment down below and let me know that. All right, so coming in number 4 is going to be outbound messaging. Now, before all of you start freaking out and saying that outbound messaging doesn't work, I can tell you from personal experience, we generate millions of dollars a year solely from our outbound messaging efforts. Now, I have another video that I'll link down in the description below that literally walks you through our outbound messaging process and gives you our template. The biggest mistake I see people doing when they're creating outbound campaigns is that they're treating every single lead the same. And instead, if they spend a little bit more time up front trying to identify a qualified audience they can send the message to, they are much more likely to have resonance in their marketplace. A quick example of that is instead of trying to send emails to every lawyer in America, maybe you only send emails to lawyers that rank on the first page of Google for their city. That probably lets you know that they're making money, they're interested in growing their business, and they're probably doing pretty well with their clients. My fifth B2B lead generation strategy is going to be Facebook ads. Now, I know I just knocked Facebook ads a moment ago, but I cannot deny their effectiveness. They were one of the first to really master collecting data from their users and thus using that data and the algorithm to make sure your ads are going after exactly who you want them to target. Actually, as far as return on ad spend is concerned, Facebook ads still beat out YouTube ads for me, but the caveat is that I'm able to scale much longer and much further with YouTube ads because I don't get shut down like I do on Facebook. A compromise that we've come to and we've helped our clients set up is actually running your cold ads on YouTube where you can scale it and not get shut down, and then running your retargeting ads on Facebook and Instagram where people are actually likely spending more time. Number 6 is going to be LinkedIn ads. I have an entire YouTube video series that I'll link down in the description below where I walk you through literally starting from scratch and setting up not only cold LinkedIn ads, but setting up even more effective retargeting LinkedIn ads on the platform. So make sure if you are interested in that, you click the link in the description down below. First and foremost, they are one of the last major social platforms to the advertising party, meaning that they don't really have the user interface and the algorithm down as well as maybe Facebook or Google does. For that reason, your CPM, which is known as cost per 1,000 impressions, meaning how much it costs you for someone to see your ad 1,000 times, on LinkedIn can be anywhere from $150 to $200, where on Facebook and YouTube, you can get $10 to $30 CPMs. Two of the main features that I love about LinkedIn ads that put them on this list is number 1, targeting abilities for B2B companies is insane. You can target Fortune 500 CEOs, you can target partners at companies that have employees from 11 to 50 people. In some instances, you can even target specific revenue levels in a company. And the second thing I love about LinkedIn ads is actually their remarketing campaigns. You can actually set up a remarketing campaign where someone visits your website and the next time they're on LinkedIn, your profile is personally sending them a message automatically straight to their LinkedIn inbox. Hey, really quickly guys, if you are getting value out of this video, please smash the like button and consider subscribing because I put out 2 videos like this every single week and it's a lot of work and this lets me know that you like it. All right, so number 7 is scraping email addresses from LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Now this kind of plays back into number 4, which was outbound messaging, but this is so important. I wanted to make sure I had a separate category for itself. If you remember in the outbound messaging category, I said it didn't so much have to do with what you were saying, but who you were saying it to. And why I love LinkedIn Sales Navigator is because you have the ability to absolutely pinpoint exactly who is your ideal, in love, amazing, perfect dream prospects. And then you can use certain third-party softwares that allows you to actually scrape their personal email addresses off of LinkedIn and then use them in your outbound messaging campaigns. If you want a full walkthrough on exactly how to do that, you guessed it, I have another YouTube video on that, and you can click the link in the description down below to get access to it now. All right, hopefully you guys are getting value out of this so far. My number 8 B2B lead generation strategy is going to be email newsletters and drip campaigns. So this is totally different from outbound messaging. Outbound messaging, you're typically messaging somebody that can't tell the difference between you and a hole in the wall, meaning they've literally never met you before. But where a lot of business owners are sleeping on is they're not messaging people that actually do know them already. Remember what I talked about with the remarketing campaigns earlier? One of my favorite methods of acquiring new clients is sending email automations and email drips almost on a daily basis to my email list. I actually write anywhere from 3 to 5 new email blasts that we send to our list every single week, and they cover stuff like case studies or testimonials or new thoughts, or maybe we're dropping a new YouTube video, and that just continuously engages with our prospects and leads them to the point that they are likely willing to eventually buy. And if you're a real ninja at this stuff, and maybe you're a Scaling with Systems client, what you can actually do is take the email blasts that are performing really, really well and add them into an email drip sequence. So anybody new that comes in, maybe after the blast, they're going to get hit with an email sequence that has all of the best blasts and most likely to convert them into buying customers. Number 9 is going to be content marketing. This is really similar to the YouTube videos I was talking about earlier, except for this is going to be across multiple platforms, such as your blog, your Instagram, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, or wherever else you have a presence online. Because of the tracking system we set up for myself and my clients, I know that Instagram is one of the main drivers of new leads and new B2B clients for our company every single month. So just like YouTube videos and the email drips, I make sure I set aside some time every Saturday to create new posts that I can put on Instagram in order to both educate, nurture, and even convert some of those eyeballs into my customers. Funny thing about content marketing and why I've learned most people don't do it is because they think nobody's going to see this content if I post it. But it's kind of like a chicken and an egg thing where if you don't post the content, then nobody's going to see it, but nobody's going to see anything if you don't post the content. So what I've always told my clients to do is just start posting. Even if you get 1 like, you get 2 eyeballs, over time, if you're actually posting content that has utility, meaning it's actually valuable, those people will share that content with other people and you'll get more and more eyeballs, get picked up by the algorithm, and soon you'll be getting brand new people coming in, checking out your content, becoming a lead, and then maybe eventually booking a call and purchasing your products or services. Number 10 is going to be joint ventures. A joint venture is essentially when you find somebody else that services the same customers that you do, but not in a competitive way, and you leverage them to send you more business than you can handle. I'll give you a really simple example. I bought a domain on GoDaddy the other day, and immediately, as soon as I purchased the domain, the next page asked me if I wanted to set that domain up on a WordPress website. So WordPress and GoDaddy have an agreement together that if GoDaddy sends WordPress business, I'm sure that WordPress kicks back some money to GoDaddy. And the nice thing about a really great joint venture like that is that if GoDaddy has the person actually set up their domain on a WordPress site, then they're more likely to renew every single year. And if the WordPress site is able to get people coming from GoDaddy, then they're likely going to need a website. So a really great joint venture is really symbiotic, meaning both parties really benefit from it. If you're interested in joint ventures, my recommendation is to sit down and write on a piece of paper all of the softwares, books, and influencers that your customers use or that you know are big in your industry, and then just send them a message out and ask them if they'd be interested in potentially partnering up. Number 11 is going to be a referral partner program. Now notice I didn't just say referrals, and that was on purpose because most people just get referrals, meaning every once in a while they have, just through a luck of the draw, somebody loves them and then they go out and introduce with no incentive whatsoever somebody else to their business. And that's nice, but if that works, then you might as well create a system around it so it happens more often. For example, inside of Scaling with Systems, we give all of our clients a 10% referral fee on any client they send our way. And then not only do we give them that money, but every single chance that we get, we're going to ask them if they have anybody to send us their way. So for example, they're completing their onboarding form after they just joined Scaling with Systems. One of the questions is, do you know anybody that could benefit from Scaling with Systems? Another time that we might do it is when our personal one-on-one coaches are coaching them and they share a big win, like, hey, we just set up a sales funnel and it's converting at $15,000 a month in new business. Then the immediate thing they might say is, hey, congratulations, that's incredible. Who else do you know that could benefit from something like that as well? And so if you just stay on top of it and even incentivize maybe some of your sales reps or some of your coaches or account managers, you can make that more of a systemized process where it's happening much more frequently. Now, before I get into number 12, which is my favorite B2B lead generation tactic, I just want to ask you a quick question. Do you know where your next client is coming from? If the answer is anything but a resounding yes, I'd love to invite you to click the link in the description down below. It should be the first link in the description, and you'll get access to a brand new training I put together on the 5 steps that any business can take to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in new business through a client acquisition machine. It actually ties together all of the points that I've talked about in this video in a much more systemized format. So make sure you click the link in the description down below and get access to that training now. And number 12 is going to be podcasts. This is actually by far my favorite B2B lead generation strategy, and it's because podcast listeners literally have you in their ears speaking to them for sometimes 1 to 2 hours. And there's almost no other platform out there that allows you to be having the full attention of your listener for that long. In addition to that, the average podcast listener has a household income of over $200,000. So once again, they're really qualified people. If you're being interviewed on somebody else's podcast that's inside your industry, it kind of acts as a joint venture a little bit, where that person is transferring their trust over to you, and you can make a call to action at the end of the podcast for them to potentially come work with you or your company. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my top 12 business to business lead generation strategies that we use to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in new business. I'll leave it on the screen here for you to check out. Make sure you also click the links in the description down below to get access to additional trainings I referenced in this video, such as those other YouTube videos or that 5-step process on how you can implement all of this inside your business in the next 30 minutes. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
Let's get scratching.